So we're here at Knoebels, and we're here to try out the Phoenix. I don't believe it's the #1 wooden roller coaster in the world. How could it beat out the Voyage, El Toro, Lightning Rod? I don't know, but we're gonna find out right now.
To understand the Phoenix, you have to understand the park it lives in. Knoebels is a family-owned and operated park located about 70 miles north of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and it is the largest free admission park in America. When I was driving to Knoebels, I kept looking around thinking that I was lost and there is no way my GPS has me in the right direction. And that's when out of nowhere, I see one of the coolest things in the world, a roller coaster that appeared to be operating right in the middle of the road. After driving a little closer, I noticed that the road just curves around it, but there's also a sky ride going right over top the cars. But hey, it was so neat, and in my opinion, way cooler than any grand entrance you could ever drive up to. So I get parked and yep, no $15 fee here. It was completely free. After parking, I said, "Where's the front gate?" Well, there is no front gate, you just walk in. They don't even make you run your granola bar or you pack a nabs back to the car. In fact, there are picnic tables absolutely everywhere and even grills. And you can bring your entire family here, including the dog. Have fun riding rides all day and then have a cookout. And I learned very fast that's what makes this park so special to so many people that come here every year. As I was walking through the park, I had a flashback. About 2 years prior, one of my coworkers was going on vacation. I said, "Where y'all going, man?" He said, "Pennsylvania to Knoebels." Now this guy doesn't really care about coasters or even talk about them. And I had always heard of Knoebels because of the Phoenix, but the first thing I tell him is, "Man, if you're driving that far away, at least go to Hershey Park. That's where it's at. I'm telling you, I keep up with this stuff." He tells me that going to Knoebels is a family tradition, and they spend the entire weekend at the campsites, the pool, and grilling out. And the kids love all the rides too. I said, "Well, okay, but at least ride the Phoenix for me and tell me how it is." So I'm walking around this park and I thought about that and it finally made sense. This is one special park. It just feels so different than any other place I'd ever been. I was over 6 hours from home, but yet it still felt like I was at home. Trees everywhere to give you shade and so many cool little bridges that cross the streams that are all through the park. The food stands were shaped like real food and they all smelled so good as you walked by. There was even this tiny little train that went around the park and even under the coasters. It was the smallest little thing ever, but it looked like it could carry 100 people. I'm telling you, everything in this park seems so unique and original. Well, except for one thing. Oh yeah, and you can bet I was happy to see that sign. They have so many flat rides at this park and even games everywhere that seem to be pretty winnable instead of a trap that take your money. And the sky ride takes you out of the park and to the top of a mountain. Coming down offers some incredible views of the park and the land around it. And of course the roller coasters. This is a smaller park, but they have 6, including the fantastic Impulse and 4 incredibly unique coasters you won't find anywhere. But I'm going to talk about all that in another video because today is all about the Phoenix. So how is it that in 2019, a wooden coaster that was built in 1947, relocated in 1985, and stands only 78 foot tall, could win the Golden Ticket Award for the best wooden coaster on the planet? Well, it's simple. The buzz bars. You see, over the years, coasters have advanced in ways we never could have thought possible, but with all the new record crushers being built, manufacturers are also having to focus on more safety for the rides due to the stronger and more forceful elements that they provide. This typically results in tighter restraints that reduce airtime. People ride roller coasters for lots of different reasons, but one thing that most people can agree on is that airtime can make or break a ride. Phoenix offers a very rare combination of multiple pops of airtime and buzz bar restraints. The end result is a much better ride than you would ever expect. It's not uncommon for this coaster to have one train ops. However, when you see how perfect the operations are, you won't be upset about it at all. You start off by going through a dark tunnel before coming out to climb the lift hill. At this point, I'm very excited. I'd heard so much about this coaster over the years, and I'm finally about to experience it myself. And this is one of those moments that makes being an enthusiast so much fun. You always watch or read from a screen, and then that day comes where you finally get to judge it for yourself. The first drop was decent, but nothing great. And then I got a good little pop right before the turnaround. At this point, I'm kind of laughing in my head thinking, are you kidding me? I mean, this thing is okay, but it ain't even on the same planet as, whoa, what was that? Yep, that was some serious floater like I have never felt before. I'm coming around the next turnaround thinking the best was behind me, but nope, every single hill seemed to get better and better. I was filming it with a GoPro that was strapped to my chest that I got approved by the park before getting on the ride. Just look at how much air I get right here. It was incredible and unlike anything I'd ever experienced on a ride. And surprisingly, this thing was very smooth. But was it the best wooden coaster in the world? That's the whole reason I went to Knoebels. I wanted to be able to answer that question for myself, and after finally getting the chance to ride it, I got the answer I was looking for. It belongs. But what do I mean by that? We all love wooden coasters for different reasons. Some people want to go deep into the woods on a long ride packed with lots of airtime. Others want the crazy pacing and injector that Lightning Rod and El Toro provide. And some people just want to race against their friends and look over for a smile. But it's the Phoenix that gives such a unique experience, one that is packed with air and fun enough for even the true enthusiasts. But at the same time, it also gives all the families that come here year after year, looking to camp, grill out, and bond, a chance to create a lasting memory on such an iconic coaster with their children that just aren't ready for the bigger ones yet. It's the memories we create on coasters that make them last on forever. And that's why I stated at the beginning of this video, for you to understand the Phoenix, you first have to understand the park it lives in. It may not be everyone's favorite, but it surely belongs in the mix.